Back live in Sao Paulo, Nik Lentz trying to put together a second round here, not unlike the first. We listened into that Diego Nunes corner, Kenny, in between rounds.
Yeah, you know, they were telling him he was using a lot of strength in that first round. And they want him to really defend those takedowns better. Be aware of those takedowns. They know what to expect now, and they want him to really work the legs. Told him the leg game, the kicking game was going to be a huge part of his success, and he hasn't used it at all. That's really because Nik Lentz's fast start just immediately went to the clinch, took him down, and was dominant.
And Diego Nunes, uncharacteristically flat-footed here tonight, and looked pretty dejected in between rounds, as well as he catches the leg and tries to land there with his right.
You know, as a fighter, if you did lose a round, you look for something. What did I do that was positive? And he really didn't do much in that first round, so that's why he's so dejected. And now it's Nik Lentz right back to work, hit a beautiful double leg takedown.
And Lentz continues to pepper that body and the head. And in speaking to Nik Lentz a couple weeks before the fight, just oozing with confidence. Feels like he's better in every facet of the game than Diego Nunes, despite entering the octagon as the underdog here tonight. Certainly looks like the favorite here early.
Without a doubt, you know, and Nunes looked very, very tired as that second round started. And not just because he had to work so hard to get out of those positions of Nik Lentz really bringing the pressure here, working in half guard, just non-stop pressure.
And the seconds continue to tick off the clock as Nik Lentz maintains the dominant position here. If you're Diego Nunes, Kenny, what do you do at this point?
You know, he's got to get back to his feet. That's where he's really going to have the advantage over a guy like Nik Lentz. At his level, he's just standing a little bit too tall. Against a short, stocky wrestler like Lentz, you're going to have to get low and prevent him from getting in on your legs. And right now, you can see Nunes just was a little bit flat-footed, as you said, and that's really because of how tired he got in that first round. So he has to move around, really get his feints going, get his footwork going, and stop this wrestling massive here from Nik Lentz.
And not a ton of laying and praying here for Nik Lentz either. Keeping the offensive output going here in the half guard.
You know, that was a big part of my game plan against Nunes, was to pressure him. Just work, work, work. Get him tired. You know, take him to deep waters and just make him suffer. And that's what's going to slow a fighter down, kind of break his will. And Nik Lentz, with that wrestling background, is definitely doing that here in this first and second round.
And we have passed the midpoint of the fight. It has been all Nik Lentz through the fight's first 7+ minutes. And Lentz continues to work on that body with those elbows. Now some knees to the other side for good measure. So,
and that's going to slow him down as well, John.
So Nik Lentz, hard to remember a bad minute from him now in the 145-pound division. Of course, his featherweight debut back at UFC 150, a first-round technical knockout victory, and putting it on Diego Nunes pretty well here tonight.
You know, Nik Lentz had a good amount of success at him at 155 pounds, and with that confidence, going down to 145 now, knowing you're going to be in that much better shape, you're going to be the bigger, stronger guy now, and that really has completely rejuvenated his career. You can see it. Just very confident, relentless pressure. Very, very dominant.
And it really is Nik Lentz 2.0. I mean, he is down in Coconut Creek, Florida. No cable, no internet. Compared it to solitary confinement, he is all about training, and the results clearly show all the work he's put in.
Yeah, very different environment. Very
on the bottom.
Pattern in Florida than being in cold Minnesota. There he is now taking it back of Nunes. Has one hook in here, has a cross wrist on that far side, which is really making things difficult for Nunes here. He's trying to get that rear naked choke in, but Nunes, one of those guys, so hard to finish. Lentz just not letting Diego Nunes get into this fight at all.
And Nunes, a guy who went 4-1 in the WEC, 3-2 in the UFC. To this point, hard to envision any fight he's been involved in where he's had this little output and been dominated to this extent.
Slow down. Nik Lentz just controlling it so well with wrestling, with his position on the mat. Nunes back to his feet here.
And greeted by a Nik Lentz knee. So the crowd trying to get Diego Nunes going. And he drops Lentz there, perhaps, towards the end of round 2.